Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi Batra. Do you ever feel that you're paying too much for your motor insurance premium, especially if you're a driver who rarely uses your car or as a driver who drives quite safely? Well, it may be some good news for you as your car insurance premium could now be decided by how much and how well do you drive your vehicle. Well, the insurance regulator or the IRDAI has permitted insurers to launch pay as you drive motor insurance policies with premiums linked to mileage and quality of driving. So, how will this new concept really work? By how much can premiums really fall? How much can you save? We'll discuss all of this with a very special guest joining in. Ashwini Dubey, who is the head of motor insurance renewals at PolicyBazaar.com, joins right in. Welcome, Ashwini, and thank you so much for taking the time out.
Thank you, Sakshi. Thanks for having me on the show.
Well, Ashwini, first up, help me understand what really is the objective of the IRDAI allowing insurers to introduce concepts like pay as you drive.
So, Sakshi, the basic idea is that in motor insurance, there hasn't been very much scope to innovate, since there are basic types of policies: comprehensive insurance, third-party insurance, and they've existed for a long, long time. With this new rule, the IRDAI has actually given the insurers the right and the capability to actually go out and invent some new plans, get some new things in, use technology to actually create new plans and create some customer-friendly plans. Because till now, as you correctly said, what was happening was that all plans that were created were very standard for all customers.
Correct.
Now, with this, these plans can be customized. They can be extremely personalized to each and every single customer. So for any customer, and since technology is now at a level where this is even possible, around 15, 20 years ago, this would not have been possible. But now where technology stands right now, it is very much possible. And IRDAI simply wants the insurers to actually use these benefits to benefit customers more and more. And bring
so
more customers.
Who all will benefit the most? That's the question that most people are asking. Is it going to be the existing users? Is it going to be the new buyers of vehicles? Is it going to be those who renew their policies at this point in time? Who will benefit the most?
As it is, this plan is applicable for people who are buying their policies now. So you cannot add it onto an existing policy. You'll have to add it whenever you renew your policy. So if your policy renewal is due in the month of October, you'll only be able to opt for this plan in the month of October itself. Secondly, in terms of usage, this is going to be, so pay as you drive particularly, is going to be more beneficial for people who drive less, say they drive 10, 15 kilometers a day on an average, or when people have second cars. So if generally we've seen a lot of people in metro areas who have two cars now. One is their primary vehicle. The second is generally not used that much. So for such vehicles, when people used to opt for either standard rate for comprehensive insurance or not even get comprehensive and buy third-party insurance, they can simply cover their risks by paying a minimal own damage part and get their vehicles covered to the full extent.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to come to that point itself to, ask you to help all our viewers really understand this in a little bit more detail. So as I understand, there are three things that the IRDAI has now allowed the insurance to do. One is to launch something like a pay as you drive, which you rightly explained that if you drive less than 10, 15 kilometers per day, then it will be beneficial for you. Then there is another point that is pay how you drive as well, on the safety factor as well. And the thirdly is the floater policies for owners of these multiple vehicles that you talked about. So could you help us segregate and help us understand how each of these three things will work?
Sure. So pay as you drive, as the name suggests, or it is popularly called as usage-based insurance, where it is more popular in Europe and America. So it depends on the number of kilometers that a person drives. So pay as you drive, depending on the number of kilometers a person drives. The way it works could be a prepaid model, it could be a postpaid model, depending on what the insurance company makes. Pay how you drive depends on your driving behavior. So for somebody who is a safer driver, for a safer driver, the chances of accidents become lower. So for anybody who is a safer driver, they will be rewarded by the insurance company and they will actually have to pay a lower premium. So that the way you drive could actually be monitored either through an app on a mobile phone or a GPS device that is installed in the vehicle. Again, a lot of vehicles nowadays come with navigation already inbuilt in the system in the car. So some level of GPS tracking is already there. Either the insurance companies could tap that or install a new GPS as well. The third is a floater policy, which is more popular in health insurance. So in health insurance, like we've all seen, that there is a common concept of a floater policy, which insures the entire family under a single plan. Similarly, this kind of a floater policy is meant for people who have multiple vehicles. And the bigger benefit is that it goes across cars and actually allows people to add two-wheelers as well. So if a person has a car and a two-wheeler, you can insure both in the same policy. The reason IRDAI wants to do this, according to my personal opinion, is that the insurance penetration, even the motor insurance penetration in India, is not at the level that it should be at. So at least for people who have multiple vehicles, if they get the opportunity to have a single policy for all their vehicles, the penetration would obviously increase over time.
Okay. Understood that. Now, you talked a little bit about, how will they install the GPS to track it? So two things here. How will the insurance companies track how much distance has been traveled? And more importantly, how will the safety factor be tracked? I can understand that the GPS can perhaps map how many kilometers have you driven the car on an everyday basis. But what happens to the safe driving? How will the insurance company define whether this person is a safe driver or not?
Right. So in Pay As You Drive, when it tracks the number of kilometers, generally you don't install a GPS device. Generally, it happens on the basis of the odometer of the vehicle.
Correct.
So in Pay As You Drive, you don't generally need to install a GPS device. You simply have to take a photograph of your odometer of your vehicle at the start of the policy. And then, depending on when the claim comes, the insurance company can actually monitor how much you have driven, depending on and what plan you had opted for.
Okay.
GPS or driving behavior matters for pay how you drive insurance. There are a lot of companies, a lot of startups in India have also come up with algorithms to actually decide whether somebody who's using the vehicle is a safe driver or an unsafe driver. There are multiple factors to it. So it could be done through a mobile phone app as well. It could be done through a GPS device as well, depending on what the insurance company wants to do.
Sure.
The various parameters are harsh acceleration, harsh braking, harsh cornering, following overspeeding. These are some very basic things that can be actually, that somebody can actually find out through an app on a mobile phone or through a GPS device installed on the vehicle. It's something, since there are a lot of startups in India who have actually built this for other purposes as well. And these technologies do exist in the market.
Okay, understood. So the big question is, how much will the customers really save on the premium cost with these new options? If you could give us a sense of comparison with the existing premiums that we pay.
Right. So again, there would be a difference between the amount of savings a person would have depending on the model of the car that you drive. So for a smaller vehicle, say a Maruti Alto, the saving might be a little less. For a larger vehicle, say for example, a Toyota Fortuner, the savings might be a little more significant. And again, based on whether your car is a new car or an older car, there is a chance that a person might actually be able to save up to 40%, 30 to 40% of their own damage premium on a vehicle, depending on again, as I said, the make, model, and the age of the vehicle and where you live. A lot of some of these things actually go into the pricing of the plan. But a customer does stand a chance to save up to 30%, maybe even more, of their own damage premium part. Third party, of course, is compulsory, and there is no discount possible on that part, as it's mandated by government. On the own damage part, definitely there's a good opportunity to save about 30% of the cost.
Okay. Now, Ashwini, we've also seen that Digit Insurance has come out with the announcement that they have become the first insurers to introduce, after this announcement by the IRDAI, the pay as you drive option, this add-on in less than 2 weeks. I think they've announced this. I wanted to understand from you. So they have mentioned that customers who drive less will now pay less with this add-on. The discount will apply to anyone driving less than 10,000 kilometers per year on an average from the time it was bought from the current owner from the showroom. Now, do you
Yes.
expect similar offers by the other companies? There could be some differences. And how soon do you really see them launching as well?
Right. So Digit has just recently announced that they've launched it, and we have that on our platform as well now. And other insurers, we have an expectation by the end of this week or maximum by next week, we'll have at least 2-3 more insurers coming
Okay.
out to it, coming out with plans, similar plans. There are, to my knowledge, around 5 insurers who are already working on this, and they should be able to come out with these plans at most by the end of next week, but definitely some will come out by the end of this week.
Okay. So, last question to you. How should a customer really decide which, option do they have to go for, and which insurance major do they, go with? Of course, they will perhaps wait. They might not immediately jump on the Digit insurance thing, since you're also suggesting by the end of this week, there'll be more companies that will be announcing the same. So after comparison and everything, how do you really advise them to decide which one is a better option for them?
Right. So, couple of things. One, the first thing the person needs to realize is any customer who's buying an insurance policy, what is their particular requirement? If you're buying it for a second car, if you're buying it for your primary vehicle, and how much your daily driving is. If your daily driving is genuinely less, say if you do drive 10 kilometers, 15 kilometers, and you use public transport for your office commute or something like that, then these plans are extremely beneficial. And then, of course, you can actually go to any website and any comparison website or any insurer's website and check what are the different rates available that they have. Secondly, what for other people who have a lot of driving, who actually do drive a lot, they do drive 50, 60 kilometers a day, 70 kilometers a day. For them, it could be that the standard comprehensive plan would be more beneficial to them in terms of cost. However, again, whatever your usage is, just whenever you go to a company to check the premium on any company's website or any insurance aggregator's website, you would be able to figure out what kind of basic savings you have. So keep your requirement handy. Figure out how much you need to drive and how much you generally drive on a daily, weekly basis, and basis that, look at whoever is offering you the best deal. And again, in case of any other things that you need help, definitely do reach out to anybody, any of the experts. They'll definitely help you out.
Okay, understood. That point noted, but definitely good news for all those drivers of vehicles who drive less and who drive safely. There could be an option to save up on the premium cost right there. The points are spoken by Ashwini. You must definitely keep in mind when you're going ahead to deciding which option are you going to be choosing and which insurer are you going to go with if you're choosing these options as well as an add-on. Apart from this, of course, there's going to be very, very interesting development right here to see how this really benefits on a macro level on the increase of penetration of motor insurance as well. Well, thank you so much, Ashwini, for being with us and sharing with us all these insights into this new insurance policies.
Thank you, Sakshi. Thank you very much.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.